Today I have the keys to the 2020 Chevrolet Spark LS. Huge shout out to Randy Marion Chevrolet for providing this vehicle for me today. Definitely take a look at their website because they have a ton of inventory to choose from. This model here is finished off in red hot. It has an MSRP just over $15,000. Well, let's go ahead and get into today's review by going up underneath the hood, where you'll find the 1.4 liter 4-cylinder engine. This is paired to the CVT transmission. It produces 98 horsepower around 6,200 RPM and 94 pound-feet of torque around 4,400 RPM. That power is sent to the front wheels. This weighs in around 2,300 pounds, and it has a fuel capacity of 9 gallons, so you can expect to see around 30 miles per gallon in the city and 38 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 93.9 inches. Its overall length is 143.1. It has a width of 62.8 and a height of 58.4 inches. With all those specifications out of the way now, let's go ahead and jump into the exterior walk around on the Spark. We're going to start up front here with the halogen projector headlights. They have a really cool design to them, and I like the trim piece that separates the high beams from the headlights. That just gives it a very cool look. This has daytime running lights, and down below you'll see the fog lights along with the turn signals. As we make our way to the center grille here, you'll see the Chevy badge right in the center, along with a nice chrome trim piece. It kind of protrudes nicely into the headlight housings, and you'll see it surround the lower section of the grille. We have mesh in the lower section as well to help provide better cooling to the engine. And there's also some contoured lines on each side of the bumper just to give it a little bit of an aggressive look. And then working our way up to the hood, you'll see there's 3 lines that run down it just to give it a clean look. But now it's time to work our way to the side profile of the Spark. This has 15-inch wheels. You can see the headlights also wrap around to the side profile, so you can see them from this angle. The side mirrors are finished off in black, and there's really nice contoured lines that run down the side. You can see there's one that starts just above the front tire. It goes to the height of the front door handles, and then we have a really nice curved line on the back door, which I just think makes it look very nice. You can see the window trim has been blacked out, and then that leads us on to the rear end of the Spark. We have the integrated spoiler that's finished off in half body colored and half gloss black, along with the third brake light. This has LED taillights, and then we have the standard backup camera just underneath the Chevy badge. Now it's time to go ahead and jump into the interior of the Chevrolet Spark, and with the key we'll go ahead and insert it into the driver door, turn it to the left, and that will unlock the door so we can go ahead and open it up. You'll notice on the door panel here we have a speaker down below. This has a 4-speaker audio sound system. There's a good amount of storage space in the lower section of the door as well. This control here is for the windows, as it has manual up and down windows. We have the release handle just above that. A little bit of storage space also in the grab handle. And then working our way to the seats, you'll see they're finished off in cloth. They have a nice insert running down the middle of them. Of course, we have all of these side adjustments for them, and then the gas cap release is down on the floor. Moving on to the steering wheel, you'll see it has a nice 3-spoke design, along with great notches on both sides for good hand support. As we look at the left side now, you'll see the traction control button, along with all of your headlight controls and a dimmer switch for the gauges. There's one air vent, and then just above that we have the manual control for your side mirrors, so you can easily adjust those and place them exactly where you'd like to. We'll take a look at the center gauge cluster now. You'll see the fuel gauge on the far left, along with the tach, and then the speedometer right in the center. And then on the right side, you'll see a digital screen that shows your gear indicator, along with your miles per gallon and the odometer. And then working our way to the center, you'll see the 7-inch touchscreen system. You can see we're on the home setting right now, where you can go into your audio, your phone, you have settings in OnStar. This vehicle does offer Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is nice to see. So we can easily go into our settings and configure everything there. Just by clicking on the home button, we are back to this screen here. You have shortcuts to your music, along with going into any recent tabs, and then a shortcut to your Bluetooth when your phone is hooked up right next to that. So it's very easy to go through all of that information. Just underneath that, we have a power and volume button for the radio, along with your home button, so you can easily get back to your home screen. And you can actually swipe over, so you have all of your different apps, and then you can see your phone and your radio on the left. And then down below, there's also another shortcut into your phone. You can see 2 air vents right in the center, and then down below we have the AC controls. So you have your temperature on the left side, fan speed right in the center, and then where you'd like the air to go, so it's laid out very well and easy to use. At the very bottom we have a good sized compartment, so it's really nice to have that for a phone or other items like that, and there's 2 cup holders just behind that. As we work our way to the gear selector now, with my foot on the brake, I'll just pull the release in the front. We can go back into reverse, and you can see the backup camera light up with the guidelines. You can shut those lines off if you'd like to, but this has a really good graphics for that backup camera. We can go all the way down into drive. There's also a low range gear as well. And then just behind that, we have the manual parking brake, a little bit of storage space on both sides if you need it. And then over on the passenger side, you'll see there's a small compartment above the glove box. It has plenty of room for all the information that needs to go there. We'll go ahead and take one last look at the seats. And then up top, we have the dome lights along with some OnStar controls. Now in the back seats of the Spark, I'll go ahead and show you the manual window control. You don't see that too often in a lot of vehicles, but it's very easy to do. Obviously, you can go up and down just by rolling it. This is a 4-seater vehicle, so you actually have a good amount of space in the back. I'm 5'10". I have the front seat set at my height. I have a perfect amount of legroom and a couple inches above my head. So it's very comfortable. You have a cup holder in the center along with down below between both front seats. A little bit of storage space if you want to put your phone. And then you have a good amount of visibility. The rear glass is right there, so it doesn't feel too claustrophobic. The back seats also have a 60-40 split to them. So just by pulling on this knob here, I can go ahead and fold this seat down, and that gives you a little bit more space into the trunk. And now finishing up, we're going to take a look at the trunk storage space. The only way to do this is to insert the key just like you saw I did on the driver's side door. We'll turn it to the left and that will release it. You'll see there's a good amount of storage space behind the back seats, and when you fold them down, you can remove this cover as well just to give yourself a little bit more storage. And then up underneath the floor, this does have a full-size spare and a little bit more hidden storage space if you need it. And then up top, this does have a grab handle, which makes it easy to close. So getting the Chevrolet Spark out on the road now, this is by far the cheapest car that I've ever driven, but at the same time, that's not necessarily a bad thing either. If you're looking for a vehicle that's going to get really good gas mileage, you have a warranty on a brand new vehicle, you can fit 3 other friends in here with you, and you even have some storage space, this is a really great option. There is one trim level above this that gives you just a little bit more interior features, but in the LS here, you have plenty of features that you need. I really love the fact that it has the touchscreen system, so it gives it a very nice interior, and you have some options in there that you need, like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can hook up your music and have Bluetooth going, which is a plus. A lot of people enjoy being able to do that. You do have the manual side mirrors here that you can adjust from both sides. It's actually really easy to do with the little joystick that you have on both sides, but other than that, it's a very basic car, but it provides you what you need. You have AC controls there, very easy to use. It's a simple interior, but it gets the job done. So if you're looking for a good commuter vehicle and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a really good option. This is a cheap, brand new vehicle that you can buy. There are some other cars out there that are just a little bit cheaper than this, but I don't think they're as good as this vehicle. This has a 4-cylinder in it. There's some other competitors that have smaller engines, but this has been a really nice car to check out so far. It's been very smooth on the roads that I'm on right now. You have a basic interior here, but it's really laid out well. We have cloth on the seats that are actually pretty comfortable. I like the two-tone design that they have, or with the inserts running down them, and the bolsters are actually pretty good, so it gives you a lot of support. But other than that, it's a very simple interior, as I've mentioned. We do have an armrest that I forgot to show earlier, so it just gives you a really good, comfortable driving position. We can do a U-turn just like that. Has a pretty tight turning radius. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit more gas. I'm not doing anything crazy, but we are up to the speed limit just like that. It's honestly not, it doesn't feel like it's very slow for under 100 horsepower. And like I said, you're not gonna be going 0 to 60 in this car, but getting up to speed, I don't see any issues with merging or getting into traffic. So this is a great daily driver. If you're looking to rack up a lot of miles on a car and get really good gas mileage, 30 city, 38 on the highway, this is honestly a really good choice to go with. I would love to have this as a good daily to commute doing review videos like this because it has all the space that I would need. And like I said, really good gas mileage. I do like the fact that you have the roll up and roll down windows. That's not something that I've ever reviewed in a vehicle before. So that's pretty cool. You can opt for electric windows if you go with the higher trim level, as I mentioned earlier. But let's talk about visibility now. It's very easy to see all around in this car. You have the glass pretty much right there. So looking over my left shoulder, I have easy access out of that back glass. And then over my right shoulder, you can pretty much tell exactly where this vehicle is. It's not very large at all, so you can easily place this vehicle. I can see the passenger side there. So to answer the question, is this the best, cheapest brand new vehicle that you can buy? I think so. This is a very easy car to afford if you're looking for something that's not expensive. You have the option to drive this as much as you want because the gas mileage is incredibly awesome. You can fit 3 of your friends with you. You have plenty of space in the back. And I just talked to an owner of one of these vehicles that said driving this out on the highway is actually very surprisingly good. It turns around 2,500 RPM, around 70, 75 miles an hour, and says that it drives very well. I'm not going to get this out on the highway today to test that out, but just driving it around town so far, like I've said, it's been very comfortable and smooth, and it rides pretty solid for this kind of vehicle. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up my walk around review and test drive getting behind the wheel of the 2020 Chevrolet Spark LS. Once again, huge shout out to Randy Marion Chevrolet for providing this vehicle for me today. Definitely check out their website. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video.